Hey Yarny friends, it's Dawn from Ninja Bunny Crochet. So while we wait to see if Herrschner's is going to bring back Big Twist Posh, what are you going to be using in between? Stick around and find out what I'll be using. Hey Yarny friends, welcome to the Yarn Studio. Before I jump into today's video, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that icon right down there in that corner. That'll automatically subscribe you to my channel. And while you're down there, don't forget to ring that bell. That'll notify you whenever I upload a new video. And if you like content like this, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. That lets YouTube know that you like my videos. It also helps me gauge what type of content you like to see on my channel. So, Big Twist Posh. As we all know, Joann's is closed and they made Big Twist Posh. Herrschner's has picked up the Big Twist line. Now we do have confirmation that they will definitely carry Big Twist value. That was on Marley Bird's podcast on Monday, April 27th, I want to say. Let's see, today's the 29th, so Monday, April 28th. Marley Bird's Monday podcast, she had the creative director from Herrschner's on her podcast, and they confirmed that Herrschner's will carry Big Twist. They are just waiting to get a fresh load of Big Twist from the mill, so it's not going to be like leftovers that didn't sell from the bankruptcy. It is actually going to be fresh, new Big Twist yarn. They are definitely going to have the value line. Now, we don't know yet what other lines they're going to have because they weren't able to confirm what other lines of Big Twist yarn they will carry, but they will have definitely other lines, but they confirmed the value line. So while we wait to see whether or not Herrschner's is going to have the Posh line, what yarns can we use instead of Posh while we're waiting? So I went through the internet to see what kinds of yarns that we could get here in the States, in the United States, in the U.S., that are similar to Big Twist Posh. And I found a few. The first one I found is one that some of you may already know, and I know currently they are in kind of limbo, trying to wait to see whether or not they can get their next restock. And that is Kaylas Crafts Knotty Ball yarn. This would be my ultimate pick if I had to pick a replacement for Big Twist Posh, would be Kayla's Knotty Ball yarn. Unfortunately, they're kind of in a limbo right now, waiting to see if they can get their restock. Because of the tariff situation, they are unable to get their restock because the tariffs are really high right now in the country that their yarn is milled in. So they're in limbo right now on whether or not they're going to be able to get their order. So hopefully the tariff situation will be resolved soon, or maybe they'll be able to find a different mill in another country where they can get their yarn. But as of right now, everything is on hold for Kayla's Crafts. But I will say that this is the closest that you'll get to Posh, and it's, in fact, I think personally this is better than Posh because it's softer, and I like it better. There's not like knots in it and stuff, and it's so soft, and it doesn't break down. There's no fluffies with this yarn. Let's see if I can get pull an end out here without completely undoing the whole ball. There's just you don't get fluffies with this yarn. See, come here a little bit closer to the camera. You don't get fluffies with this. It doesn't fall apart. You can tug this yarn pretty good. I haven't had this yarn break working with this. Occasionally I would have Posh break if you pulled it a little bit too tight. I haven't had this yarn break. No problem with magic rings. Could make magic rings without it. No problem closing it. So I really, really, really like this yarn. I do have a pretty good stock of it. The smaller balls that you see up behind me is Big Twist, is not Big Twist, is Kayla's Knotty Ball. I did do a fairly large order before when they were having a free shipping sale. I did like about a $130 order. Then when she announced that, or her husband announced that they were having their order on hold, I went back and I got as whatever colors I could find from them. So I got like five packs. And their shipping is very reasonable. At that, when I did the first order, it was during free shipping, so that was like my first time ordering from them, so I wasn't sure what their shipping was. But when I ordered the 5 packs, I did not, it wasn't during free shipping, so I had to pay shipping on it. And on 5 packs of Knotty Ball, it was only $10.30 for shipping. So that, I mean, that's 5 packs of Knotty Ball yarn. So her regular price before all of the dealings with the tariffs and stuff was $4.99 a ball, and if you bought the 5 packs, you got a discount of $22.46 for a 5 pack. So I thought that's a very reasonable price in my opinion. It's not as cheap as Posh, but to be honest with you, the quality is better than Posh, so it's well worth the price. So hopefully, keep our fingers crossed that Kayla's Knotty Ball will get their yarn and they'll be up and running. They had, I believe, 31 or 32 colors, and they had been planning on getting more colors with the next restock. So keep our fingers crossed that Knotty Ball will get their yarn. The next line of yarn that I found, these next three lines, which is what I found that was as similar to Posh, is all on Amazon, and I'll have links to everything down in the description box below. The next one I found is Moa Dream Marshmallow. That's right here. Oh, just so you know too, I didn't say this. I'm gonna go back to Kayla's for a minute. It comes in a 100-gram ball, and I believe it's 120 yards, 100% polyester, just like Posh. So back now, fast forward, Moa Dream yarn. This is a 100-gram ball, 3.5 ounces, 110 meters, 120 yards. Same as Kayla's Knotty Ball. And this comes in 18 colors. Now these you can only purchase in a 3-pack. And the price range, sorry if I keep looking down, my notes are over here, are between $16.99 and $19.99. So you can only get these in a 3-pack on Amazon. If you have Amazon Prime, you get free shipping. So this is soft. It's not as soft as Kayla's, but it is softer than Posh. In my opinion, I think it's a little bit denser. It's denser than Knotty Ball. I think it's about the same density as Posh, but it's softer. So, but it still works up with the same hook size. I use a 5mm with Knotty Ball, I use a 5mm with Posh, and I use a 5mm with Moa Dream Marshmallow yarn. And it all works up the same size for all of these yarns. So it is soft. It's still got the same, as far as toughness, you want to say, about falling apart. It doesn't fall apart. It's about the same as far as that goes. I could do just a little bit of fluff there, but nothing major. Just a little tiny bit. Magic rings, no problem. So don't have any issues with magic rings. It works up really well. A little bit of hair there, but works up very well. I don't have any issues with this yarn at all. If I was going to do like a second pick, if I couldn't get Kayla's yarn, I would go with this yarn right here. With the Moja Marshmallow. Moja Dream Marshmallow. So then I kept looking to see what else I could find. And I found a couple of other yarns too. This one is, I'm going to probably slaughter the name of this one. Moaomat yarn. And this comes in a 100-gram ball. 3.5 ounce, 120, it says 120 meters, 131 yards. So it's definitely thinner. You can tell that because it's less yardage. Or excuse me, more yardage. So you know it's thinner. Same weight, but more yardage. So you know it's a little bit of thinner yarn. It is soft. I'll give you that. It is definitely soft. You can't, I couldn't use a 5mm hook with this. I had to drop down to 4.5 millimeters with this yarn. So your project would be a little bit smaller with this yarn, but it is definitely soft. It doesn't have the sheen as the other yarn has. Like the Moja Dream kind of has like a little bit of a sheen to it. This yarn is kind of dull. Has not, I want to say dull. It's like satin, more of a satin finish like the Big Twist Posh. This has kind of got more of a sheen to it. Kind of the same with Kayla's yarn. I think Kayla's yarn's got a sheen to it too. So definitely not, it's more like Posh in that aspect. In fact, I got some Posh sitting over here, right here. This is Posh. And you can see it's kind of got that satin finish like Posh does. It is definitely thinner than all the other yarns. Because here's the Moja Dream yarn. And you can tell that this yarn is definitely thinner. Let me pull out a strand here. Wait a second. I'm trying to hold it up. I don't have my top down setup right now. It's coming in it's being shipped. So you can see how it's definitely thinner. I shouldn't use that finger. Sorry about that. Sorry, y'all. Let me put it on 2 fingers here. I don't want to be, like, you know, being nasty. So there you go. See, you can definitely tell that it's thinner because it's a thinner yarn. But it's soft. It's very soft. So, I mean, I think it would make nice plushies. You could definitely use it for blankets and stuff like that. But it is thinner. So if you don't mind the fact that it's thinner, you can still you could still use it. Like I said, your plushie, if you're doing it for plushies, it's definitely, your gauge is definitely going to be different. Now, this yarn comes in, according to the Amazon site, it comes in 53 colors. I really didn't think it was quite 53 colors, but that's what it says, because there's singles and then there's 3 packs. So I'm thinking it was more like 23 colors, but you know. And the price range is for a single ball, it's $6.83 to $7.99 depending on the color. And then your 3 packs run between $14.99 and $15.99 on this yarn. And there was some colors, I think there was on this one, was it? Some colors that the 3 packs were a little bit less. But yeah, it depends on the color. I don't know. I mean, it changes with Amazon, so you know, it depends on the day sometimes. But it was nice. It's a nice yarn, and they do have like 2 of the multicolors. This is the rainbow color. There was a pastel color too. That was going to take like a week, like almost a week to get here, so I didn't order that one. But I did order the rainbow color one. The multicolor seems actually even a little bit thinner than the solid colors. So though it says it's the same yardage, says it's the same weight, but it's definitely thinner. So just bear that in mind when you go, if you go to order it, it definitely looks, it's definitely thinner, and it's not as soft. So that's the, I don't know what you want to call a Moaomat yarn. There, you can look at the title right there. And again, I'll put a link in the description box below to Amazon for that. Now, the next one was also on Amazon. They did have the two different multicolors, the rainbow and the pastel rainbow too. But I didn't, like I said, they must be popular because it would take a week for the rainbow color for those to come in. So I just ordered this beige color, like kind of like a light off-white and a purple. But it is again, it's soft, but it is also thinner than it's thin. It's thin. It's like more like a worsted weight yarn. Again, same weight as this yarn. It's the 100 grams, 3.5 ounces, 120 meters, 131 yards. Same thing. They suggest 3 millimeters to 5 millimeters for crocheting, and I wouldn't. I guess you could do a 5 millimeter, but I mean you're gonna have a very loose stitches. I would, my opinion, I think you would want to do, if you're gonna do amigurumi, you're gonna want to do a smaller hook, definitely, like, you know, a 4 millimeter or smaller on this. I used a 4 millimeter. It was okay with a 4 millimeter, but you know, that's your personal preference. It's almost the exact same colors as this yarn, right? As the second yarn or third yarn that I showed. These were almost identical. The prices are about the same as well. I don't know what you call it, Seafris yarn. Sacrifis? I don't know how to pronounce that. So the prices of this yarn, and they said that this one had 59 colors. But again, you also have the multi-packs. You can buy singles and multi-packs. The singles are $6.99 to $7.99. Multi-packs, $14.99 to $16.99. And the multi-packs are 3 balls of yarn. On both of these are 3 balls of yarn. And like I said, they are soft. These have more of the texture of Posh, but they're more of a worsted weight yarn, not a bulky 5. So if you don't mind the fact that it's thinner, it would be about the same as working with Posh. So those are the yarns that I found. I think until Kayla's can find, whether or not until Kayla's Naughty Ball gets their shipment in, or Herrschner's, if they get Posh in, I think my go-to is going to be this one right here, the Moa Dream Marshmallow. I think this is what I will use once I run out of what's behind me. So this is what I'll be using for my amigurumis for my craft shows. I will also still be going to do, for the bigger ones, for like the blanket yarns, Bernat Blanket and Premier Basics, the chenille Basic Brights. So those are what I'll be using for my amigurumis. What will you be using for your amigurumis, for your fluffy chenilles? Let me know in the comment section below. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy crocheting! Bye-bye.